Welcome back to our day 2 of our 12 video series in understanding your natal chart. I'm Kathleen from Universal Empowerment, and today we're going to be talking about the second house in astrology, core values and worth. The second house domain is about what you have and how secure you feel in your ability to keep it and also to make it grow. Some of what we have is material, and some of what we have is in tangible form. Living in this domain fully is about knowing your worth and the first step to get clear about what you value. And when you take the time to put in the work to identify your core values, then you can intentionally and on purposely, consciously create a life that brings you to a state of fulfillment, contentment, and also joy. When you stick to your values, recognizing what to hold on to and what to let go of for sustainability, and choose intimate, authentic connections with others, you'll then understand what matters most. The second house key phrase is I have. It's traditionally been related to money and what one owns and the associated planet in the house, its influence as well. And by recognizing that money is just energy and realizing that you are an unlimited spiritual being, you should be able to manifest what it is that's meant for you. But realize that it's the ego desires that keeps you wanting more, and no matter what you have, at the soul level, having more can just be a major distraction from what brings you the most meaning, pleasure, contentment, and joy. I can confidently state that there is no difference whatsoever between the haves and the have-nots regarding self-esteem, which happens to be the deepest issue of the second domain. Things can bring you joy, but what we own definitely does not determine our self-worth. What matters is the values that we hold, and each element, their different values that are important to them. Let's take a look at them together as we go over a few. Let's start with fire signs. Things that they value would or could be adventure, honesty, creativity, spontaneity, passion, and courage, to name a few. And earth signs, possibly integrity, reliability, practicality, commitment, security, loyalty, presence, and perhaps with air, some of their values could be freedom, community, inspiration, intelligence, humor, openness, and lastly, water element. They could value connection, nurturing, love, understanding, kindness, depth, and also vulnerability. So whether you face issues or not around having enough or too much or not enough, assessing what you actually do have and how you can make the most of it, and this includes spiritual and physical resources, it's important to make a list of things associated with the strength in the 4 elements that you currently have. And then list things that you wish you had, but you don't have. I want to say that when you can reflect upon that second house element, whatever it is for you, for an example, if it's a fire sign, then self-confidence, self-determination, maybe great posture, creative talents or outlets, consistent affection, having great friends, in community affiliations, great relationships with kids, or even having a positive body image. And for earth signs, do you have enough or too much, or say not enough money, assets, valuable things such as collectibles? What about health? Or do you have a beautiful singing or speaking voice? Do you have mentors, healers, therapists, personal power, a solid profession, reputation? Are you highly disciplined? These are the questions that you have to ask yourself to determine your values. What's value to you? Let's take a look at the strengths of air signs, what they may or may not have enough of, or too much of, or not yet of. Contacts, communication skills, good memory, a partner. Are they surrounded by beauty? Have they done any international travel? Do they have access to higher education? Social equity? A good memory? All things to be valued. And lastly, water signs. Do you have close family, clean food, a safe neighborhood, a healthy sexual life, saved money, the ability to interpret dreams? Do you have real estate, emotional honesty and intimacy, spiritual belonging, empathy, psychic skills, quiet time? All those things to be valued. Everyone has strengths. So I encourage you to journal your strengths and your resources, practices, and write about and discuss the resources that you identify with and how they're expressed in your life, and how and what you'd like to have more of, and what you can do to express them more strongly, and how will it help to enhance your joy and your contentment and your fulfillment, to have something more of something that you value in the second domain. It's not only about money, but it is also about money. And I help people to realize that money is just energy, and we can all acquire resources, but it requires initiative, and it requires managing your resources wisely, and it requires creating a life by having a can-do mindset saturated with gratitude. It's realizing your worth. It's about being happy for other people's successes as it is your own. Each element can leverage their wisdom and create resources that have lasting value, sustainability. How? Well, for an example, fire elements, Aries. They make a bold, gracious, and diplomatic entrepreneur, as well as Leos, using their excessive charm and creativity. And also, they're incredibly loving to those whom they want to help. And with Sagittarians, they have the gift of persuasion, and they are positive, they are optimistic, and they're loving spirits, and they love and create their security through adventure. And earth elements, well, let's take a look at Taurus. They're very generous and focused, and they cherish each and every success with humility. Virgos use their natural analytic mindset and service orientation to find resources that are lasting and helpful to others. Capricorns, they exercise exceptional practicality to attract wealth and influence air elements. Gemini, they use their excellent communication skills to earn a significant income, as well as assisting people in connecting with networks. And all these folks can certainly lift spirits. So, this is how all the signs and elements can acquire their values, but each is different. With Aquarius, being active in the community is their greatest resource. Tapping into the wellspring of diversity with organizations, they're about groups and friends. It's the 11th house. It helps them to thrive. And water signs, like Cancer, they nurture others and they take care of resources in a manner that fuels their bank account. They engage in emotional intelligence to create security for themselves. Scorpio, they utilize their investigative mindset and probe behind the scenes to find out where they can make even deeper investments. And Pisces, when they enlarge their capacity for big dreams and visions, that's when they can leverage and land larger sums of money. Mastery over manifestation happens when we align ourselves with our core values, when we identify with our desires and consciously work to balance the elements in the second house domain. The key is developing your magnetic force of creation. Identify your values and name your desire, and then live from honesty and joy, accountability. Express gratitude every day. Be patient. Stay in your alignment. Feel what it's like for whatever it is you want to already be here. Trust yourself, your creative abilities, trust in the universe and divine timing, and allow your elements to feel your journey by taking the time to be present with each one, and let yourself feel the fire of actualization, the pragmatic, grounded qualities of earth, the provisioning and communication powers of air, and also, lastly, the emotions that you'll feel like it's already here. What it's like to already have it in your grasp. You are the magic. And that's our second house domain. And I will see you again next time for our third house and third video in our 12 house series. Namaste, everyone.